I was like, it just was like, pop, and I heard it, like I literally heard the pop. And I looked around and I was like, what is that? And then I like stood up from like my ball, and when I stood up, it was like just the water, just like psh. And I was like, oh my god, I think this is it. I think my water just broke. And I was like panicking because like I was on my mat because I put my ball on like my mat, and like my mat was like all wet, and like my ball was like flew over there. And I was like, John. And he got up so fast. Like I had not seen this guy like get out of bed so fast. But he got out of bed and he was like, oh my god. And he was like cleaning me, and I was like, I want to shower. And I just want to wash off. And he was like, okay, but like we have to get to the doctor. And he was like, because I had made my bags and everything, like my hospital bag and everything, and I had put it in like my baby's nursery, and like car seat and everything was like ready to go because I had so much time and I did that. And so he was like starting to put bags in the car. Like he was just in shock, and I felt so good when my water broke. I was like, oh, like no contractions, like I'm feeling good, like I think I'm okay. And so I like got in the shower and I rinsed off, and he was like, what are you doing? We have to go. And I said, I hadn't even called like my midwife yet. And so I was like, no, like let me call call the triage and like let them know if I should go in, if I should wait, if I have to call. And so I called, and I was like, I think my water broke. And she said, are you sure? And she's like, well, okay, yeah, you can come in now and we can check you. But, if your water didn't break, you're gonna have to go home. And I was like, yeah, but I really do think my water broke. Like, I don't think I just peed myself, I like got in the shower. I, put some clothes on. I was even wanting to do my hair. I wanted to do my makeup, but, John was like, no, like we have to go. So he rushed me out the door. We fly out the door. He didn't even get a chance to like put real clothes on. He packed everything. We left, and I was like calling my mom, and I was like, my water just broke. My family actually like left like right away, and they came because obviously they wanted to be here when like the baby was born. And so I was like, oh my gosh, my water just broke. But I feel good. Like, I feel totally fine. Don't worry about me. My water just broke. And so we were driving to the hospital, and my like baby daddy was calling his job and was like, I'm not gonna go in. I'm having a baby. He was like freaking out. And so we like drive to the hospital, which is like 15 minutes away from the house. And so I get there, and I couldn't even get out of the car because like there was so much water running down my legs still. Like I was like peeing. She puts me on the bed, and she's like, okay, I'm just gonna check if it's really like your water's really broken. And I was like, lady, my water really broke. Like I for sure know that my water really did break. And so she was like, yep, your water broke. And I was like, okay. And I was like, what now? And she was like, I have to check like how far you're dilated. I was not dilated at all. I was zero dilation. I was like, okay, like what do we do? And she was like, well, most women, we would just send them home, and then once they felt like more contractions, because I wasn't feeling anything, I was feeling like I was fine. Like I was like, woo, I'm having a baby, this is great, I don't feel anything, is anyone else excited? And she was like, okay, let me check. And so she basically checked, and she was like, well, you know what, you have high blood pressure, and so we're not going to let you go home because I don't want you to be off the monitor. And so she had me on the monitor the whole time. She's like, yep, you're going to be admitted. And I was like, okay, like I looked at my baby daddy, and I was like, it's happening, like we're having our baby. And I was like, yeah, our baby's gonna probably be here by like 6 p.m, trust me. We are gonna try to induce you. They put me in a room, and I was still feeling good. We were there in the room for a while. My family got to the hospital probably at 6 p.m. So we were 12 hours in at this point. I was getting kind of tired, but I couldn't fall asleep because I was on monitors. That was all of this. And at that point, I was feeling it more because they had hooked me up to the IV, where it was like, how they can like dilate you through that. So they're like pumping it up. But I was feeling good. It's just the contractions that came because they were, dilating me. And at that point, because the contractions got a little bit more aggressive, I was using like the laughing gas. They did offer me that, and I was using it for like a temporary relief. Yeah, it was good for a while. But once it hit, so like I was using that up until like 12 a.m. So take it, now I'd have been in the hospital from 6 a.m. on the 7th to 12, so like midnight. That was gonna be on the 8th. So I was in there at midnight, and my mom was there. Everybody had gone home. My family went to the hotel, just because like we weren't getting any signs of the baby coming during the night. Like, and I was already like maybe 3-2 dilated, so it was like nothing. Like, it took forever for me to dilate. And at midnight they were cranking it up, and I was like, okay, I'm really feeling it now, and I'm really feeling it. And I wasn't hooked on anything, so I could walk, I could do everything. I walked around the building, or like the little, the little area. I walked around a couple times, and then I literally had to hold onto the wall because I couldn't handle it. Like, I was like in so much pain. And take it, like, I do have a tattoo, a pretty big tattoo, and I feel like it was like worse than that. Like, I feel like my tattoo was like, alright, okay, it's alright, but like that was bad. And so like I held on, and I could not do it. Like, I was only 4 dilated. I was 4 dilated, and I kept holding on, and I was like, I can't do it. I told my mom and my baby daddy, and I'll insert like a video of me so you guys can see me during like that time. And so I was like, Mom, John, I can't. Like, I am not enjoying this at all. Like, it hurts. It really hurts. And I'm not enjoying it. And I think I'm just going to ask for the epidural. Like, I can't. I literally can't. And so, even like the nurse, she was like, are you okay? Like, do you need anything? Or like, do you like want to go ahead and get the epidural? And I was like, wait, just a couple more hours. Let me see how long I can last. And I went until it was no longer fun. Like, the contractions were no longer fun, and I was 4 dilated, and I was like, I can't get to 10 like by myself. I can't. Like, I felt so much pain, and I knew that if I would even tried, like, I was like, no. And so I decided to get an epidural, and it was actually really funny because I got the epidural at like 1 or 2, and they did let my baby daddy be in the room with me when he was like hyping me up. He was like, yeah, you got it, whatever. And they had given me, like, because my contractions were so strong, like, I was like, I couldn't handle it, and I couldn't stand still. So they gave me like another medication for them to like go away for like a minute or 2. Basically it's like a little medication that you feel like you are a couple shots in. They gave me that, and I was like, okay babe, like, I'm ready, like, do it. And I was like delusional, like, I swear, because I hadn't like slept at all. So I was feeling really good, and I just remember like her coming in, and she was like, okay, I'm gonna do the epidural and stuff. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, you can listen to music, just do anything to like take your mind off of it. Just, you're not gonna really feel anything. Kept talking to the nurse, and I don't know what I said. Like, I was just like cracking jokes, like I was having the time of my life. And she inserted the epidural, and I was like, I feel good. Like, it didn't hurt. Like, honestly, compared to like the pain that I was feeling with the contractions, like, that epidural did not hurt at all. I was like, okay, I'm fine. And so they laid me down. My legs went completely numb. I felt like I had like 2 balloons of legs. It was the weirdest feeling, and I was actually able to sleep for a couple hours. So they put the epidural in me. They were done with everything at like 2 in the morning, and so I was able to sleep it off until like 8 in the morning. Did put that like peanut ball through my legs, and that was kind of uncomfortable. Even though you don't feel it, like, you do feel, I don't know, it's like a weird feeling. But I slept on one side, and they moved me to the other, and I like constantly had that peanut ball on me. And it was like 8 in the morning, and I was probably like 5 dilated, 6 dilated. I don't even know at this point. Like, I just knew that I was like, okay, well, I'm feeling good. I feel something, but I don't know what I feel. So my family got there, and, John came home, feed the dog, shower, because like baby wasn't coming, obviously. and my family was there, and it was just a waiting game at that point. I mean, there's really not much I could do. I was already on the epidural. I was already, you know, they were cranking it up. Yeah, there's pretty much nothing they could do about it at that point. I was just waiting. And this little baby, at around like 5 p.m., I was like 9 dilated. And so she was like, okay, well, you're gonna, you know, she was telling me what I'm gonna kind of do, what I'm supposed to kind of feel, and to let her know that like you want to push. She's like, you're just gonna know, you're just gonna feel it, that you're just gonna want to push. And I was like, okay, like I got this, like I think I got this. And I really wanted to go into like this mindset where it's like, I got this, we're gonna be okay, we're gonna push the baby out, and it's gonna be like the best thing that's ever happened to you, you know. I really wanted to go into that mindset, and I wanted to like be like really cool about it. And so it was about like 5:20, and I just was like, I have to push, like I have to push. And so my dad took my niece out of the room, and it was me, my mom on one side, my sister, my baby daddy, and then my other sister. And so it was like the 4 of us in a room, and it was so weird because literally they would hold my legs, because like you know how they put your feet up? Well, I'm like too little for it because I'm like 5 foot. So I was too little for it. So they like hold my legs up, and John was like giving me water. I would take sips of water and push, sips of water and push. And my mom was like about to pass out because my mom she almost couldn't handle it, like me being like going through that. And so I just felt like pushing. So I pushed, and then she would leave, like my nurse would like leave, and then she's like, okay, like once we see the head, like you know, I'll get your midwife in. And I was like, okay, like I'm just gonna be hushing. And John, I remember just watching John, and he was so nervous. Like they brought me like ice chips, and he was just like, I'm eating the ice chips, and like everything, he would just like not be there. And I just kept pushing, and I was like, you know what, I have to push, and I have to push. And they kept doing like different positions on me, and I felt good. Like I honestly felt good. My mom was a little worried about, and my sisters were a little bit worried about like that high blood pressure, like if I was like making too much of an effort or just stuff like that, I guess. And I was like, nope, I'm good. Like I can push, I can push, I can push. And I just wanted to push, and I just wanted to get through it. And honestly, I got a lot of compliments from my nurses and my midwife. She was like, do you want to like, for us to like put a mirror so you could see? And I was like, nah, girl, like I'm good, I'm just gonna push. Like my sisters were like all in shock, because like out of my 2 sisters, my sister, my middle sister is the only one that has a baby. She has one beautiful baby girl, and you guys have seen her, Juliet, in my last video. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and watch that after, because she absolutely loves making videos. So go watch that. But my sister actually had a C-section, so it was really different. Like the whole experience was different. So I'm like really glad my sisters were allowed to be there, and my mom was allowed to be there with me through it all. And it was just like a beautiful experience for us. It was really life-changing for us to see all that. And baby came, and I don't really remember much. I just remember like the head coming out, and then like a little fish coming out of you. Like it literally feels like a little fish. And then baby daddy cut like the umbilical cord, and he was like put on my chest, being like super happy and being like, oh my goodness, like he's here, and like, oh my gosh, and I saw him. It's just like a life-changing thing. Like when they put him on you, and you just like look at him, and like it was like super life-changing. And I just remember looking at John, and I just remember like taking that whole moment in, and just hearing him cry. And like there was pictures, and then like a whole bunch of people came in to like, you know, do all that other stuff. So they told me that I had to get 1 stitch, just because I had like ripped a little bit, but it wasn't even that bad. And I was like, okay, like that's fine. But at that moment, like you don't even feel like that after things, because like you're so focused on like your like little baby. And he just took my breath away, and I couldn't even believe it. Like when I watch it, I just can't even put it into words of how beautiful it was. I just am very thankful that he is healthy. He is the most beautiful thing that ever happened to me. Everything about it, from when we found out to the gender reveal to just like getting those like last moments, just me and my baby daddy, because like obviously like you'll have that, but if there's like another like little person, you know. And so just like those like him and I moments, it was just all super surreal. And yeah, that's basically my labor story, and stay tuned because soon you guys will meet my baby and I will update you guys on what happened after I gave birth. Man, I went through a lot. We'll definitely make a second video of all of that, and I will finally introduce you to baby Leo. I just yeah, I just love every part of this whole journey, and hope that you guys can see that I'm really being as raw as I can be. Like I'm getting emotional. Give this video a big thumbs up if you guys liked it, and give this video a big thumbs up if you guys are ready to meet baby Leo. And yeah, that's basically it. So don't forget to subscribe down below and hit that bell to be notified, and I'll be uploading a new video. Pretty much it. So yeah, thank you. Bye.
Floppy.